Hey, sweet peas, hello. How you doing today? My name is Leslie Williams. Sorry. My name is Leslie Williams, and today's date is August 5th, 2017. It's been an extremely long day. Okay, so what's this video about? This is just a checking-in video, and I did catch some harassment today on my tape recorder. Now, I'm making this video, it's going to be a very short video, but I'm making this video, it's a lawyer video, meaning that it's a video that's going to eventually be presented to either a lawyer or a law firm, at least in consultation review. So check this out. The two main details of this video, the subject matters of this video, is one, that I'm thinking about setting up a PayPal account and maybe even possibly a separate bank account for the sake of asking for assistance from the American people concerning what's happening to me as a result of me being a gang stalking victim. I have no doubt in my mind at all whatsoever, in any way, shape, or form, that the federal student loans that I was intentionally, criminally coerced into taking out and continue to take out are going to be used to legally entrap me in debt, possibly to attempt to even use it for debt bondage for human trafficking and or for prison. And human trafficking does occur in prison. Okay, or they might even try and go as far as trying to claim that Miss Williams cannot take care of herself. She's obviously got issues. As a result, she's also not getting her financial needs met. She thinks that she's a victim of gang stalking, and so therefore we better take legal custody of her. And then we'll just get our money through her Social Security checks that are illegally co-opted through illegal probate control. Now, this is organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level. Tens of thousands of victims of this crime are all over the internet begging for help. Okay. So you can extensively research this crime on Google. Now, another thing I'm going to bring to your attention is that you can go to Google, YouTube at any time. You probably even YouTube it as well, and type in the following name. Hold on a second. Her name is Lorraine Moret. Her last name is spelled M-O-R-E-T. Now, Lorraine Moret has got a lot of really good videos on the internet right now. And it's one of her old videos. I saw it back in 2013, 14. And she flat out talked about the military agency. Let me just put it to you this way. There are a lot of whistleblowers out there that are exposing how PayPal seems to be controlling who is allowed to use their service. In other words, if you're a whistleblower against the government or any organized crime motivations that the government is involved in and or connected to, PayPal is not being able to be utilized by whistleblowers of these government agencies. Okay, absolutely. I just witnessed one the other day of a guy, I think his name was Craig Sawyer, okay, on Twitter, and he's trying to create an organization through veterans to rescue children from human trafficking. And he's stating his PayPal account got shut down. Okay. Now, don't think that the government and corporations, see, here's the thing. What people got to understand, if you don't already know it, is that average people don't have the money to find out who's on the board of directors and who they might be connected to, in reference to how they might be connected to. Let me just put it to you this way. Charities, okay, can be front groups, okay, for special interest, okay. They can be front groups for governments. They can even be front groups for military, okay. Now, so I strongly suggest that you go to YouTube and you type in Lorraine Moret. I'll spell her full name, L-A-U-R-E-N, Moret, M-O-R-E-T. So just Google, YouTube her name, Lorraine Moret, and look at all the YouTube videos until you hear her talking about who really has been running PayPal from behind the scenes. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because organized crime in the system, okay, is involved in some extremely massive RICO Act violations, which are racketeering schemes, okay? And racketeering can be a achieved through under the guise of many, many, many different types of avenues. Okay, absolutely, absolutely, including using. Oh my God, you would not believe what I know. You just would not believe it. You just would not believe it. So if I go to set up a PayPal account or find any other type of service that is on the internet where you can create an account and then present why you're in need of money, okay, and then never get any, I have noticed probably at least anywhere between 50 to 75 different gang stalking victims. Hi, baby. Oh my God, it's a bunny. Hi, baby. It's okay. I haven't noticed at least anywhere between 50 and 75 different gang stalking victims stating that they have set up PayPal accounts and never got a penny. Okay. So, fellow American citizens, you can also Google and type in cyber surveillance and gang stalking, computer hacking and gang stalking, email account, YouTube account, Gmail account, Yahoo account, blog account hacking and gang stalking. If they can hack into your computer and your phone and into all your social platform accounts, okay, manipulate them, they're obviously able to get the passwords of them, meaning they can also get the passwords of your any type of charity account. Okay, so they coerce you into taking out the loans. They're in order to use it as a benefit for them. Okay, all right. So they're not going to allow you to get out from underneath this obstacle. Okay. Now, I've already talked about these federal student loans in my blog, which is attached to my Twitter account. My Twitter account is at HIGGINSGGGG. I strongly suggest you look for those Lorraine Moret YouTube videos. In fact, you could probably even go to Google and type in PayPal accounts getting shut down because of whistleblowing. Just play around with the keywords and try and see what comes up. See, because what you got to understand is that whistleblowers, okay, and crime victims of organized crime, including organized crime in the government, because it's usually one and the same, okay, they want to make sure you don't get out from underneath the criminalities that they have you entrapped in. And money is one of the main things that human beings all over the planet utilize in order to keep themselves sustained. And you don't think they don't know this? Why do you think they're using social services and even Social Security, okay, to go after and target targets benefits? Why do you think that targets of this crime are being blacklisted from employment? Because in order to steer a target to places that they can control and or manipulate from behind the scenes and directly is to take away everything a target has that keeps the target, okay, independent from dependency relationships. Do you understand? So it's an extremely cleverly implemented crime that is incrementally implemented over time, disguised as anything but. Absolutely, and this is where the employment descriptions and the covert partnerships come in. Okay, so I think that we can see that women are being intentionally targeted with this crime, and it doesn't mean that men aren't. Absolutely, men are being targeted, and men are also being targeted for human trafficking connected to this crime, because there's a lot of homosexual human trafficking that is starting to explode as well. Okay, so men, be careful. Absolutely. 70% of victims of this crime are women. Okay. Now, what was the other reason why I decided to make this video? I've already kind of, I'm experiencing a brain freeze, so just bear with me a minute. Oh, well, I'll just keep talking and hopefully it'll come back to mind. I just got to this area and I'm just got set up and I'm trying to deflate. I've had a very bad stomach ache for the last 3 days because of the... See, when you're a gang stalking victim, you are constantly put in one form or another. Okay, you are constantly subjected to creative, at least overt techniques that are brought about against you every day that causes duress and stress. Now, the body is not designed to live in a constant hostile environment. And trust me, if you had any idea about what gang stalking victims are factually experiencing every day, you will come to understand that a lot of the things that are being perpetrated against gang stalking victims are designed to blend in with everyday environments. Right as you could be in the same room as a gang stalking victim, and the gang stalking victim can right next to that target and not even know it. So I strongly suggest you thoroughly research sensitization techniques and gang stalking. I'm looking for my lighter, so hold on a second. All right, so the body and the mind was not created to be able to live in nonstop hostile environments. Okay, all right. Even the circumstance I'm in right now causes a constant measure of hypervigilance, fear, okay, about being discovered and arrested or ticketed for illegal lodging, trespass, or encroachment, which they intentionally classically condition, okay, through threats, text messages, 3 letters in the mail, and 2 years of nonstop everyday threats about it at the previous hiking area, okay, and the props that they prop up. Like, for instance, as soon as I got my shelter up tonight, the very second I got it up, I heard 2 men talking on the hill. I looked up and they were walking by. Now that's about the 75th time that has happened. It doesn't happen until the tank gets right up. 75 times. So at any time, we can always go to Google and type in how these filthy maggots will enter your home, place up hidden cameras. In fact, you go to YouTube right now and you can type in San Diego mother thinks she's a victim of community stalking. And then when you go to my blog and you research the stalked in San Antonio section of that blog, I think you will come to understand the factual realities that blog and that section of that blog indisputably proves that I was getting stalked at least 5 separate apartments in Michigan and made homeless from each one. So, fellow citizens, the only way that they can create the homelessness of you from an apartment complex, buying through, but not limited to, working with privately with landlords and property owners, fellow tenants, and or using the mail service to steal your rent, which is also all over the internet. So they'll gang stalk you to your home, which you can also review by going to YouTube and typing in stalking San Antonio, then go back to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids, which also, those 2 videos, okay, are dedicated to the stalking San Antonio section of my blog. Do what I tell you to do, and you will see truth. Do what I tell you to do. Okay? Now, I think that because that blog indisputably proves I was getting stalked to at least 5 apartments in Michigan. It proves that I was getting stalked along all my routes in Michigan, and then it proves that I was getting stalked along, that I have been and am being gang stalked along all my routes in San Diego and all the wooded areas that I go to. Now, it exposes a lot more. So, I'm having a brain freeze, so I forgot the other reason why I decided to make this video. Well, here is an additional thing. I'm getting messages in 2 separate email accounts. One that I don't even really utilize anymore because I switched blogs. Okay, that is stating that credit cards are being taken out of my name. Okay, now I can't even go down and complain about this to the fraud department of the San Diego District Attorney's Office because of why? Well, you can go to Google at any time and type in Curtis Webb, San Diego DA's Office, Human Trafficking Facebook page, and look at what comes up. And thoroughly and meticulously and slowly research every single letter of every single word that is on that page. Curtis Webb of the Fraud Department in the San Diego DA's Office, which just happened to be the same department that I went and reported to, concerning me being gang stalked on October 7th, 2011, and 2 days later I was brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. So, that MTS assault video is in my blog. Okay, hold on. So, what I'll do is I'll remember the other point that I was going to make, and I'll just share that tomorrow in a Periscope video. Now, it just disgusts me beyond measure. Oh, I was talking about just for a second here. Hold on, let me go back for a second. The mind and the body it's not biologically and neurologically constituted in order to be able to withstand nonstop stress and duress, because especially when it comes to stalking and the fear that is generated from the stalking and the techniques connected to gang stalking. Okay? Because what it does is it excites adrenaline release. And that, as a result, it excretes cortisone. That affects your kidneys, it affects your stomach, It affects it affects everything. Okay, it literally can damage your organs almost to the point of where you can possibly need an organ transplant. But the filthy maggots that perpetrate these crimes are nothing but criminally insane animals who absolutely belong in prison for the rest of their lives. Absolutely, make no mistake about it, and make no mistake about it. So, this is a cleverly perpetrated crime. It's designed to wear the mind and the body out. This crime is connected to hundreds of criminal motivations, and if anybody ever tries to go after any of my money that I have saved as a result of this shit being taken out, it looks like I'm experiencing identity theft, okay? And I can get no help from nobody about even the gang stalking. Do you honestly think I'm going to be able to get any help from the identity theft? And right now, I got my hands, I'm preparing to stick my hands into so many pies in reference to lawyers and law firms concerning the gang stalking alone. I'm not going to have time to take care of this identity theft shit, okay, right now. No. Okay, and I guarantee you, when they see me starting to fucking go to lawyers, they're going to come after me in wooded areas. Absolutely. Just like they've done in the past in 3 states. Flat out. So, and the thing about it is, fellow American citizens, if you knew me, okay, if you really knew me, you would be disgusted up and down the road concerning what's happened to me and what is. Absolutely, absolutely. Hold on. Let me just share something with you really fast, and this isn't really on subject, but I'm just going to share something with you. One of the biggest things that homeless people miss as a result of being homeless are the small things. Okay, like toilet paper. Even though we do use toilet paper, but I mean pepper, salt, butter, biscuits. um, you wouldn't believe the amount of time that is spent of my day each day and night that I have to spend. Okay, probably I spend probably at least 3.5 to 4 hours a day, at least, putting up and taking down my tent, hiding my sleeping bag and jammies, okay, and getting in and out food and water. I have to hide food and water so the animals don't get to it, and then that's not including how I have to hide my clothes, and then putting it back, and then putting the shit back. So that is 3 to 4 hours a day that I can be spending. Okay, I'm preparing to go to lawyers and going to lawyers. Okay, not including the non-stop worry about my shit being stolen or damaged by animals or stolen by these maggot ass animal whores that they use, the useful idiots, the punks, the criminals, the social deviants, the homeless people. Okay, and make no mistake about it, there are a lot of people that are being utilized in this crime towards gang stalking victims that are of every race, every age, every class. Okay, so you can go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger" to get a preliminary introduction in reference to how easy it is to dupe anybody to do anything for an individual who has a badge, real or fake. Okay, and that is it's a great way for you to be able to see how easy it is to dupe people to do things towards a person, and I'm referring to gang stalking victims. That video is incorporated within hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gang stalking victims' blogs because it is a video that literally shows aspects of gang stalking. In fact, from the beginning to the end. So go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Damn it, my charger keeps falling out. Sorry. I hate making videos sometimes. Like yesterday, I had to spend the whole day yesterday fixing something that an animal did to my property. Okay, and the whole entire day I spent from the time I got up, okay, and took down my tent. I spent the whole day yesterday doing that, okay, and fixing food to eat. Okay, the whole day was shot because of that. All right, American citizens, since I'm having a hard time remembering right just now, what else I was going to state. I'll remember it tonight, and then just incorporate it within a video tomorrow. Let's see, what else do I got? What do I got? Let's see, where did I go today? Oh yeah. Now let me also interject something else. you go to YouTube and you watch the YouTube video Jesse Ventura Bernie Bader show, that is a video, that is a show about gang stalking victims. And I'm going to tell you how I can prove it. Through at least 3 ways. 1, the individuals that are the victims in that show are called target individuals, TIs for short. So when you go to Google and you type in target individuals and gang stalking, you will come to understand that target individuals is a word that describes gang stalking victims. 2, okay, the electricity that the victims in that show are stating they're experiencing in their bodies are called directed energy weapons. Go to Google and type in directed energy weapons and gang stalking. 3, the individuals that are in that show who are TIs, okay, who are talking about hearing voices, that is the technology that is called voice to skull and the microwave hearing effect. Google those terms to gang stalking. So when you also see in that show how a huge concentration of victims are in California, I think you will understand that California is one of the biggest states that this crime is going on in. And it's sad, it's pathetic, it's sick. You know, oh my God, you just would not believe what I know. You just would not believe it. You just would not believe it. Flat out, flat out. Let me tell you something, fellow American citizens, and I don't know how this video is coming across to you, but I'm just a human being, just like you, literally. I'm no bigger than you are. I'm no better than you are. I'm literally just a human being like you. But the only difference between me and you is what I know. Okay? And so when I tell you this, and I can tell you this by looking straight in your eye and stating to you absolutely that the following things that are going to come out of my mouth is the absolute, literal, 100% complete truth, okay, is that what is happening to gang stalking victims, if you had any idea of the depth, scope, and breadth of what is factually occurring to gang stalking victims, I have no doubt in my mind at all that you would be rioting in the streets. Flat out. Literally, it can't be said any clearer. So I strongly suggest you go to Google and type in non-consensual human experimentation and gang stalking, which encompasses torture. You can also go to YouTube and type in OSEH bioethics issues. The OSEH of OSEH bioethics issues stands for organized stalking, electronic harassment. Organized stalking is another term that describes gang stalking. Electronic harassment means the technology that is being perpetrated against gang stalking victims. Okay, and all of it is nothing but remote technology, neurological and biological technology that is being perpetrated remotely against the target's neurological and biological systems, and torture is involved in every bit of it, including when the targets are sleeping. Okay, so when you watch the hundreds of videos of the target individuals testifying before the Bioethics Commission, every single one of them are going to talk about being tortured, gang stalked, subject to either organized stalking, gang stalking, COINTELPRO, cause stalking, or stalking. That's gang stalking, okay? And gang stalking always goes with the non-consensual human experimentation, which also encompasses psychotronics. So I strongly suggest that you research these heinous pulmonal realities and the filthy maggots. I'm going to tell you something right now. If I was not a Christian, oh my God, if I was not a Christian, you would not believe the things that I would be saying. Flat out, absolutely. Oh my God. Let me tell you how sick these sick, demented animals are. They are literally. I've seen the testimony online. They are literally torturing the infants. Okay, of gang stalking victims. Okay, like parents who have infants, they are literally torturing the infants. Okay, of gang stalking victims, because they know that the target, the parent, okay, who's watching their infant being tortured with this technology, they know that that's going to excite extreme neurological and psychological and emotional distress. And that's what they want, because the parents are being heterodyne, which means that they're being remotely neurally monitored, and everything that is processed from the abuse is being harvested, which is heterodyne. So you can research Dr. Robert Duncan and Tyrone Dew at YouTube, and you'll hear him briefly talk about heterodyning. And basically, heterodyning is where they remotely neurally choreograph and harvest what is choreographed as a result of what the target is processing Okay, as things are being brought about against them or their loved ones through remote neural monitoring. They're harvesting the frequencies of the emotional clusters and the EEG signatures that are being processed as the victim is either experiencing abuse or watching abuse. So they know that the parent knows all about these technologies. They know the parent knows it. So as a result of them knowing the parent knows it, they know that the parent is going to consciously be able to understand what the infant is experiencing. So they'll torture the victim, so the parent will experience massive psychological trauma. So the psychological trauma can be remotely neurally monitored and heterodyne. This is literally how sick these filthy maggots are. Literally. It can't be said any clearer. So, fellow American citizens, I'm going to tell you something right now. You can go to Google at any time and type in the name of any or all alphabet agencies in gang stalking, including the Department of Homeland Security and their psycho bitch asses, because I just don't give a shit anymore. You know, anybody that would torture an infant can go straight to hell. Absolutely. You know, in closing, because I got to stop this or I'm going to continue to think about it. If you're in a grocery store and you see a mother with an infant, you look at how small that little baby is. You look at how innocent it is, how defenseless it is. You listen to what I'm telling you. You know, anybody that would torture an infant, okay, just to heighten the torture of the parent is a filthy maggot. Absolutely. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. And that infant ends up becoming neurologically damaged for the rest of their lives. And they're probably exploited too. Because once you become a victim of this crime, they never let you go. Absolutely. They never. I've seen victims online that have been gang stalked for 60 years. It's sad, man. It's sick. And every single one of these psychopathic, demented animals are getting away with every bit of it. I gotta go. My name is Leslie Williams. I apologize if this video upsets you. I apologize for the language. But there is no way in hell that these crimes can be going on without exposure. I would be participating in this crime if I didn't expose it. Okay, do you understand? It's my duty as a woman, as a Christian, and as a human being. It's flat out that simple. All right, fellow American citizens, please say a prayer for my safety, and you stay safe too. You know, God bless you all. Do what you have to do to stay safe. Get informed. Privately share the information you've learned from this video with your loved ones. Okay, and just say a prayer for this country, because the things that are going on, this country is never going to recover. It's never going to be the same now that this shit's going on. Make no mistake about it. Go to my blog, okay, extensively research it, and you will see truth. All right, I literally got to go. Thank you for listening, okay, and please